prioritizing young people and the talent you now you're making sure say young people will have good future. Trust me, we will get nowhere because my culture from 1992, 93, 94, by 2000, and never best sign can say because it's the mentality. Exactly. Tetano ko school papa was scar, but me akọ pekwanyama or big school. It hasn't changed. Last year what they say not you drew a point that minister na nkasa kwa ne log-ins and I obi ekutia 7,000 na ye they log here pet at this other na the wawuram. That is the point we've got into. So nothing is changing. So I think the leadership is a problem. And we are not putting smart people in leadership position. And people you see say they are Democrats, and then I say, for me, Akuffo Addo buy your castle, your friends a Democrat. I keep telling people, say, this guy is not a Democrat. He's just an imposter pretending to be a Democrat. But in reality, because democratic government, their activities and the things that they do, that is not what they are doing. Running the country like a Ponzi scheme. But you cannot run a nation like a Ponzi scheme. You have to be accountable to the people. It's a corruption issue, but you take it up, you investigate, you clear it out.
So, on accountable.
Yes, but as you see, politics and governance, the most important thing has to do with your friends' accountability. Because my culture says, nipa in our innate characteristics, no, obia is greedy. Ujai nipa, adi obeye no, me say obeye onwanwa.
Yes, no.
So ujai na, di obeye no. So always there must be checks and balances. There must be certain limitations. You ever flip it because corruption will thrive when people find opportunity. So you block the opportunity and then the person will not. Quite recently, Vietnam, my culture said the economy is emerging. And they know that one of the devastating ways it may affect the growth of the economy has to do with what? Corruption. Woman now are powerful why you're finding or guilty of your banking sector fraud and so forth. You're sentencing it to death. They may not end up killing her, but that's a huge statement to people. Say this is a powerful woman in Vietnam. And you're convicting it to death. And do your ordinary person out to you see, we do these things to send statement to a man for say no. Or mine no and now track people must be accountable, and that is what leaders will do. But in our part of the world, one who said Sikaniko prisoner, Obi prisoner, no be our court will be contumbre, Obi Nano Kramati said, Obi no Mosi one will be a quatibia, now one no be quatibia, I will say prison or the prison.
And even they give the person more years.
Exactly. And I'll be politics within a short space of time. Not what quiet mansions are. Where they got that particular money from, nobody can tell.
Nobody's asking constructive questions.
And civilized dispensation, that is what you do. In America, it was a year we transfer $20,000 into your account. And the following day, the financial intelligence unit will be at your door. But be a winner says you can free. You have to explain. But tell people how you got that money from. There are certain shops in America who now the physical cash as soon as a certain tuna. Utiamana on yet. What I say, you need to pass through the system. I think we need to by a hand to extend a favor the people because Sikano on fan call bank a crown watching. I say politank in a free gym and look at the dollar. So and there, dollar winner, and the price is going up, and we are not doing anything that will bring us forest. Forest, and apart from say from way, if I'm a forest free bar.
So Ebusia, medical culture say Ebusia dear. You are making statistics and natural. You have true indicators in the brain. As a Ebusia BB at the free. A generational thinkers. Medical culture said, Jumedi, no, and a Intino, Sabrea, Usuofi, wetie nkomani nyina binu but modern for phone now also tira watching because so on my way you be ni ya dialogues we can we aka ya so mo fa ne fa ye tima yo man ni me yan ntesa call was so hello did be aka say free
ya free Kobe me free what you know English man flow
great ma wa no nko
me the I me hu I ban the o kan rekwa na emo eye me wan say me hu Ghana ni bi o te say sada na me dwin say ye me nko na me te say because e bia me catch nkofo say the e ma ye man ni say ye do party esen o man no into the party ka iti party we ba so na me support party na o ya de enya me si o enya hwe eye na last we buy o ye de sense you ba the same thing into the no adwiri me po say ye wo Ghana fo bi o am te sa sanga Ghana fo nyina be sa na nka e be di nokra ne adoye man esen political party a anka nya obra ye wo mi by a bit chain, said last minute, young, over what Tiano say, I think on myself, so we are quite wanted to get him. Eh, Ubuan say, near Koto Abano, Ama, or one of my brains hard. The thing is, MPP and DC would be no best society of mine. This is a society. Ya society hadrian, ye be pressa. Now, say, if any bed there, I didn't mean to cry. With all the qualification, I mean to go and go be chrome and go proper and pesca because this chemist in the class system maybe our. Second, okay, and one, the workforce will be willing to go elsewhere. Maybe only himself when you can be say quasi Juma Crow, your club in your state because what you gonna ask you, Grana, you do it bright, your salary at your crown, a insult. But you may be in your way into Benessa. Mini I want to ask one I would do my panel. Nakakakra, yen so and wagging your penal. Ubinya in Naso. Namishrao.
Yamiso Shroud, so great. Also, met my friend Wabaso 053-7070-340. Not say, Wafray. Foul phone and also Chirawaji. If from a monacan, I said, or see a dream and now so, see a baby at Wasso. Yen and nanum ye di. Or Moki Kabomu, a gigana DC one. As I said, ye gana jija. Obia kono, obia peso bekasa. Enti, mumra. Na ye nyo man ni ye maintenance din enhwe oso wa dwenkyere ebitima ma Ghana di ye hwehwe no yensa aka for phone na frɛ me 053-7070-340 na ekyere wa dwen ye na generational thinkers no se yanye ni ye a se na ye bre no sanso na ekyiri ma on bebre krampo se ye because omo di ye nim no was uncle me near my year no, there be Oma ye. It is a see a ye generation no, ye bre. Yansu yan coco ding, am pair on my pensibra, or momo bebansu bebre. A chain. A chain. Omo bebre crampo say. Because a car Ghana, ya bro a dia to no ma. Ya see yang and that generation chiano. So yantimen chian ya. Omo beba no e wo so mu no mutia we e ka se sia ye etua ne omo wo ye nim e ka omo bro de to wonom na enu na ye etua ne sisia nti ho o sha o man Ghana nkasa ye nko bebia o we are not heading to anywhere ye da so gina bebia e gina na ene ye nunu ye ho ne ye sere oh ye ko ye nim e ko ye ya boy ye nyoma na yesa asa enni party bia and we are happy. It also bet me do messages about monko Facebook live and so EBN Ghana for comments go making kind na on mine ye be ye ni I have a member of Subium yanko Senate Monsensemi hotel see yade adoma to so a sese ye bonu kulukulu don komi yanko no kakra me gide se wa kenkan bia ma wo expertise who ne saying
I think that is very disgusting, you see. Greed tendencies in a way you know expect it out everywhere. You can't senator adwuma wo ye wo hai etua wo ka osika ebifa ho me ya adwuma etua me ka private, both private and your friends and public. Yesika ana ya jeje aboa no na e de akoma adwuma ku obi ana adwuma ku ni se mintumi mfa sika no nto ho se okọ retirement amedama enti me de ya investment. So over the years omo de BSC hotels omo de BSC adan amanfo tene mo gi sika na se be obi call retirement. That is what Senate has been doing over the years. Yes. So Senate is a sensitive state entity asabi a care for obia me know. So that is how sensitive Senate is. And if we've gotten to a point and you realize that Senate in your financial distress now our asset, you don't offload the asset. You rather look at the way ubetime a recapital because banks anka egu okrumai we found a way to recapitalize them misika and we sika na edemo some fanjina mo nine so sika ben na yende and this Senate go through similar challenges and nothing stop government from say yenso ye be masika again some hotel na me say manya financial challenges na me say me ton na me ton what I can do is to put 40% share for sale. For the very moment I am selling 60%, I am no longer the owner. I rather become a minority shareholder in somebody's 60% company. I don't know if you get the argument. And sikana ye say ye pay adiaba be wuram no. Say ye turn 60% na enye your hotel biem na mum e obi de. And again, can we get to a point because any non-performing state asset be an ye ton? Sa na ye no. Because cocoa board is we my catch say ye ka dan is wo, but we cannot sell cocoa board say ye with the mobi. There are several other government entities Sebi, a cankwan and Brian. Some of the public banks and then as for there. The same thing. But we cannot always, we have to adopt prudent way of ensuring some of these distressed assets and able to me are profitable because you can say your problem ya ton kind amamu no krasan ke ya ton amankro fo amhoma ba beje because amamu e mu yo mu ni ye because na Akuffo Addo president or tisu nya amamu papa bia na obu and you can say non performing state asset ya ton ka president na nka e bia nka ya ton no but it's not possible. We have to manage it, you understand? So what say we turn senator, the question is you and I are stakeholders. We need to look at the viable options. But them na yakeka ye ho bom na yaye. And you see, who say a lot of people are making arguments that Brian Champon ye Ghana ni nipa na auto no na o ni sika na de benda. You see, politics, and there are certain elements you can never delete. Morals, values, and principles. Because this is a guy who is a cabinet minister. The decision to sell that particular hotel, no, or you're privy to everything, details, even because cabinet is such that every single details be available concerning the activities and operations of the bank will be sent to cabinet, and he will be privy to my information. We are the average Ghanaian winner. Nasa who open up such a hotel to Nipa and say, oh now the man on top. First, conflict of interest, very key. And you see, Adia ma government hold in space whenever you see a government be a sihobiano, Adia bohon buying and your police and your soldier. People think the security of the country and they hold every government in space. Oh yes, sir, maybe you don't understand governance. I didn't see a trust and confidence of public, a repose you and they hold every government in space. And do back 2021, abroad Donald Trump 6 January, Olusu elections and all kinds say we are no. That veil of trust the American people work for the political establishment and it got torn. What did they do? People echo the Capitol Hill. Echo says hoko. Echo say nema. Now, South America the superior military might was as so soldier for na kwandia, but the people rose and went there and destroyed things. Actually say the power of the people no overwhelming and override any military might be a. So what's your mind more? You must not do anything that will endanger that particular trust in a man for one. Man, I buy a Japan ye toma ye hoa. Whichever the narrative you want to put across, whichever better way I will say, obey my the politics I come and I trust me. You can never convince everybody. Because this is a state asset, we have a way a bit me here, won't mean toma and that is the question. It's a moral question, it's a moral argument. So you don't have to do that. And this is the kind of argument again for activity telling the president, say, you have the power. Because this is an executive president. You can torpedo this thing with just a common word. But the president is not willing. Because all these things are around in a but you see, the minimum say, this present government has been accused of state capture from day one to date. So this particular thing, so you must want to do everything to wash yourself. So come on, this particular one there, you can't do something before you die. You do something before you die. But it looks as if they are not ready to do anything about it. Because nipa na author abra senate option sadia na oje bed no or can be or say they are looking for somebody our experience in hotel management over years. That's very striking. Because some hotel na may sell it out. I might want to look at somebody with better expertise. Rock City, Champon, go to their website and look at when they started operations. Senate has been in the hotel business for the past 40 years and over. And it's a hotel now so be a superior, managerial skills when it comes to it. Now they come over on the hotel no obi 3 years then what are you telling the people?
So be more share the returns no the ne capabilities because Uko Rock City, I don't know if you've been there before.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't beauty na you can't we Danya a wohono and even in Africa sana omo Areti hotel now you could see say it is being regarded in high.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean a thing.
But say you take taking it from
yes.
experience.
Yes.
Bright Champo experience because of Sana Watima Rock City Hotel, which Okwa we nebeje. Or higher standard.
No better was here, but you see,
very standard.
Putting up a nice hotel is a different thing. Citing everything, the big, you know what about it's different. Operations all run experience. We are talking about a number of years.
Yes.
Again, there are reports I can't authenticate, but there are reports even in the past way or more run across, they can't even make profit. The reporter out there who said that there are so whole lot of controversy around as to whether it is true or not. But you see, we are talking about Senate with 40 years experience in hotel management. Our superior way. You don't look at somebody 3 years or 2 years. No, so I make say investment is different from dividends you are getting from and now returns a winner from the operations. What I say, Ubeti set up studio, very nice, beautiful studio. It's beautiful than any TV station I work Ghana has say. So setting it up is a different thing. But when you are running it, are you making profit? That is another thing. What I say. So the beauty, the construction, everything is totally different. Workers. But who be our big radio station? Of course, all the big guys in Accra go in the end. Obiaja Hakoye. And now, a year 21 is your. What I say, I'm making say. Oh, that been intimidate can't say. So, what's a sunny panel sit dining as a phone is a different thing. But running the operations, you know, it's a different thing altogether. And this is a state asset. Ghana for there must be a broader stakeholder engagement. No. There must be. No, no, I'm talking about a broader stakeholder engagement. Okay. We need to engage people like TUC, Adam, and for more. Like have certain discussions with them. So we don't want to answer no more. We can't show no one. No question we are. We show them respect. But TUC, other bodies are almost substantially, go into the operations of we. It's not.
But do you think they are not aware?
No, they are aware because it's been put on sale.
Okay.
But decision now, arrival at sale, they were not. That is why demonstration here, because TUC officials were part of it. Okay. And they've been having a lot of conversation. Officially, TUC the statement about Bonte said they are against the sale of the hotel. What I say. So that is the official position. Kele Cho said they were not consulted. So maybe they say we don't need to do politics with some things like this. It is our future. Because Oko retirement says here now at that point, you need to be so we need to make sure it's a state investment. The young protect Senate dying or more see Okruma ya bomb more than Tony Okoko for India or more Senate flag. Accra has a Senate. Go and check the owners today. They've sold almost everything. Sikano, Senate to a Santicamo. Go and Senate Shikam. I'm telling you. And there is this report to say in the next 5-6 years, when you pay your retirement, Senate cannot pay you. So it endangers everybody. We need to do everything to ensure that we safeguard our investment. And yet, one year the year politics, hotel, he doesn't know you, he doesn't even regard you. People go on TV, radio, the issues, they don't even understand what is happening. They go and defend. Come on. We need to rise up, we need to grow as people. We cannot be doing this trivial version of politics always. Maba TV so they be defended. Maba way. Come on, we can't do that. Look at the issues, the moral aspect of it, because you can't delete morality out of politics. It is always part of it because I don't bind the public to the political establishment. When there is a disconnect, trust me, there will be chaos and disaster. How would they cause Kenya? So we following development in Kenya. As at 13 people now. Why? Because the people have lost trust in the establishment. They are buying a police in why the people are protested. You see, so trust is key. And we will be aware Democrats. Now what democracy is here. You understand some of this, and that's what I'm telling you. These guys are imposters fronting democratic rule. They do things the way of Momope. They are not thinking about their own journey and I say broader stakeholder engagement and as a forum. It is about what will benefit them at some point in time. And we as citizens, you see, yeah, politics in the past but at this point, I prioritize information over everything. You see, people a bit into politics because information, but then where I sit, I'm happy because you see, I engage a lot of young ladies who are much into politics. They understand politics, they understand the dynamics, they can think on their own in as a forum. And you see, the average and the ordinary Ghanaian gradually is becoming enlightened. It is not about me NDC, my papa NDC. Oh yes, people are becoming enlightened because you see, with the advances of this tech and innovation, of course, on social media, the platforms are plenty. And now what I so being if you over with TV, social media or YouTube or so people are consuming information, and at the most powerful tool was I see so information. And yes, when you have information, you are powerful. Yes. Until when people are consuming these things, they are becoming enlightened.
Idea me ko sua ye me ko Europe no more me powerful. Until no more chere the entire Americans powerful. America is not powerful because of weapons or more. Military or more. Americans are powerful because of media.
Yes.
Something I learned, and I'm like, hey, how? As someone mo ka chere me ne say America is powerful because omo osesha agenda na. It's a propaganda na no atu atwenim, and you can't confront like ultimate challenge because media when your media no nyina mo kasa fa ho
ma memo kakra say one say Ukraine Russia e kontofa CNN ba on kasa you Russia e wede all the western media ni nyina are giving attention to Russia no media ben e koka wase mama ho kasa na woka no biante what I say so media is a weapon in politics and as for no but ni nyina geared towards education you understand you enlighten the people you arm them with information and as for in the past now man for your media chinchin amejina because now they lack the information but now for now quite information are available you understand so I think say information you consuming your money fire mu na you gain right na you delete emotions me what I've come to realize is that Ghana for invested too much emotions into politics rather than wisdom and intelligence. You want what I say? Instead of investing wisdom, we are investing emotions. And when you invest emotions into things, trust me, it will not turn out well because you become irrational. You can't think on your feet. But when you invest wisdom, that is why you become independent thinker. You analyze situations, positive and negative, and you make informed choices. And yes, because minimum, and as a madam for the way, you look at the issues and you make informed choices. And as for politics everywhere, that is what is done. What I say, and this is a citizen here, meeting them. I say now you begin to being here. Cabra champion issue way. Trust me, he can't even wake up or walk thoughts in it hotel. You can't because you think about what the reaction of the people will be. You know the people are enlightened. You think that a UK parliamentarian can just wake up and say I'm buying state assets? Come on, common sense will tell you that the people will shoot you down. You can't. But you know, they know that these people are gullible. We are not reasonable. We are emotional people. Media also by NDC MPP. After 1 week, you see, so they are taking us for granted. So when these things happen, I may know when I hear course one course where I hear course, they will not listen to anybody because in the past a lot of staff are course. Hotel, we need to go into Tulip Hotel and I buy hotel and I will have big hotels. Oh, come on.
I could be say Cramper network with a crime yes.
Yes, and we can't do this. We live in a country where even your friend is saying, factories. Big factories and Chroma by he realized said no, say Ghana better be economically independent and we need to be production, we need to be active. Setting up factories then as for no. It will interest you to know say the guy realized that Tema was an industrial city. Why yet Tema say nipa nkwata na ho or yeah Tema as an industrial city of factories then as for be by the modern politicians people are fighting for a portion of land our Tema. And that Tema kwa nipa na to factory be any ho. But the guy deliberately constructed Tema as an industrial city with the motorway. Because of fumes, it's not supposed to be inhabited by people. By a factory or Tema. Ya tony what I say in the 50s, they are buses and then as for her tomato factory and as for no. But you see, we are driven by greed. What we can consume today, maybe a politician need to make rich and then as for them. Now, and now one was a chroma, ya ponty will be so this year, the following day no jina son them Kodanya Miase. Or Kodanya Miase saying, Koyamount this year, a responsibility that they are swallow. You go on your knees, you pray, you cry, say a bit to me. Or tell some them in the year and the map and white. Because a quina be obey. Beyond that, nothing. Because Yamami this year, what should I celebrate? For what? It's a responsibility, the whole constituency responsibility na dia so akon enye holiday na wakwa akwada nyamiase nyamiase say you need to think about how to solve the problem but because onim say oba be wianti no eya nigye da because na brabo asesa na yere ne ma say enam o ma we number akon na 44 obi brabo asesa And that is a problem. So I think, say, orientation, you know, and we need to work on as people. Oh, yes, because we cannot always sit here and blame, say, oh, Akuffo Addo, I say, and Mahama, I say. Yes, people are leading a responsible life up there, messing up things, but they are doing this because of Menewo. Because we are giving them the room, we are giving them the leverage. You understand? We sit here, we are so emotional, we are so passionate about partisan politics. Obeko film or baby no baby in casa, a fear be no fear being whatever because we end this MPP. But Nipa never Akuffo Addo Nimno, Rollins a crabby who you see, that is how we are, that is how trivial we can be sometimes. But if it is about issues, it doesn't matter, man. You can make a stance based on issues and you vote. So Nipa not to him say me and Kasa me for rise against me. What I say? Yeah, yes, our politics now you're also on this pedestal. Trust me. There will be no change because my culture say God is not coming to save anybody. What if I be now saying Yankopon Baha Sabi and I answer be how? No. So our era is gone. Look at what the Israel is going through. Nyame wo baby and come me save more. It is up to us and our choices, our decisions. Waboy area the nyansa in their mind. The rest is up to us. We need to make sure that we put it to good use. Now, Yanyani Kodana may come paibo and may yes, over come paibo 40 years. Whenever I'm nothing will change. What I say, we need to work towards whatever we do. So, politics, you know, me say young people, we need to rise and take the stage. This is our time. I've been making sure, say, holding people accountable and responsible. Because we've given them our mandate. Our future is at stake. We cannot continue to allow few people mortgage our future to satisfy their dying days, urges, and fantasies. No, we can't do that. People are spending on fancy fixture because they get the money for free. I know people who go to hotels or no PR or that's it, Nipa reception of $500,000 because he can't only free. So they dash it out free for useless thing. But wona, as the year you want benefit, you know, go to Kolebu and look at what the women are going through. There was a time I was working at Kolebu medical ward, surgical ward. Now me say ukowura surgical ward na ko he a ma omonya breast cancer omugu room ha. You'll be shocked. When I'm about here, we think cancer ni kroma say. You'll be shocked. I'm telling you.
I see.
Obi a twa baako. And because the cancer cells in the affected breast and affinity for the other one. Yeah. So you don't wait for say be better because a better be do and all here now major organs are affecting. So a can't wait, the other one has to go. And these are the ordeals people are going through. You go to the renal unit, among 4 kidneys are saying they need dialysis. The machines are not there. These are some of the areas how you invest money. But it is about buying V8 and V8 they are doing this because you and I are not rational. But we are emotional.
Your shop price now $300,000 US.
Yeah, they will do.
Not your dialysis machine.
They will do. Nyame nkwanka for the first time in the history of this country, nka BC nke tuashada. Because they needed 95.23 million Ghana cedis for the organization of the exams. I buy more 2.3 million. The rest, they shows all kind of newspaper. And some say I buy releases sika for BC. BCU, that's the foundational ticket you need for your education advancement. Whatever level you want to go, you need BCU. Without it, you can't go to secondary school. No, and I make I say, you're trivializing politics and on the discussion to a point here. And then I say, yeah, the blog tones as well there, child, you become numb. That is how exactly. Because Ghana have been bombarded with a whole lot of these stories. I do a normal manner. But foundational take it need for the education advancement. We sit here and say education is the key, and we are not worried. We think it's normal. NDC MPP politics. Come on, you see, we need to rise above some of these things as people. And yes, I'm a catcher say we will get nowhere. Because politicians that will bow with this greed always or bow just to position themselves. Go and check how many politicians no mama Ukroma saying, giving them all the best education in as for but one always here the area or Kolebu cry no now you don't call my clinic.
But making kind messages to be farmer for we free Mr. Hinawasi. We saw how most of the facilities used by the last All African Games were mostly substandard. Just enjoy hosting Modicree tournament for an avenue to loot public funds. What the yaba? Yet also say kudos to EBN TV. In fact, your guests they throw more highlights for the young people in Ghana, and that's a great plus. Keep it up. Thank you. Say one day Africans will rise up against politicians who only fight for power to amass wealth for themselves and their family. One day Africans will rise up against politicians who use taxpayers' money to sponsor themselves abroad, to seek better medical care, and use government scholarship for the needy to send their children abroad to elite universities. One day, Africans will rise up against politicians who care less about the plight of the poor farmers, educated youth, civil servants, and entire citizenry. Or say, not everyone can travel abroad to seek better opportunities abroad because of the suffering back home. So that day is surely coming when people will fight back. Africa is indeed the animal farm George Orwell described. Asem way there. Oh yeah, koka Donald Trump asem o kafa Africa, so Africa is a shit too. They say grandpa the battery sign or say one kasa Africa is a fan channel. Where every queen at the part or say good morning to Abrantie Jemfi and Ivan Che Innocent. We free Gamel Philip Kofi Honum or say more 100% or the jack tune the din more 100%. Ivan Yedisi.
Okay.
I think said they working killing na far by a bejina Ghana mebu so.
Yeah.
A dear Ghana mebu bit my ye. He a brand new yoko school in your new day to March pass. Arise, Ghana youth for your country, Utubi.
Yeah.
Utubi.
Yeah.
Let's just say no, you're failure mine. We've not risen enough to fight for this country.
No, you see, there is this deliberate attempt to misinform the people. You see, and there are a lot of misinformation and disinformation campaign activity also. And the narrative has always been, we are a young person and we are vocal. It's either you are disrespectful, and I say we see that kind of, you know. So the average Ghanaian is timid, and we are unable to voice out our frustration and stuff. But at the end of the day, and I think that it's time as you make our voices because Trump can say be or say when good men become bystanders to history, forces of destruction will gather momentum and they will clack to their destructive best. We can't shut up. We need to. Growing up, hey, you think that people going abroad is some kind of fancy way. But trust me, I have a lot of friends across the globe. Say obi sika onya no ho no onyemu 3% or onyemu 50% oba kruma aba betena, because it's not easy leaving your family, everybody go and live in the cold, and you think it's not easy. People are out there, I'm forced to travel because there are no opportunities, because people are not willing to create. Like I said, we are saying there is no single person who has talent anymore. Whether the person is educated or not, whether well or sick, grown or young, or be on a talent. So what you have to do is to create an enabling environment. So we will be able to leverage to potential and also to maximize the innate potential. And as a government, you know, that is what we need to do. President Akuffo Addo it's not possible. A bank cannot create employment for Obia. Even American government cannot. But what you do to make sure that the private sector become viable, look at our health infrastructure in this country. Nurses complete school and always everybody is living. At the end of the day, when they take care of wine, so we need to revise our playbook and make sure that we do things right. Now young people, you know, so you're making sure that we ask people to do the right thing, because politics here, because young people in the door. But you see, there is this funny thing. Also Africa. You see, Africa is the most youthful population in the world. But Africans in a place, look at our president. Look at Tinubu, Nigeria president. Nanti akrontime nante. Na no ko free to stage so. Nigeria at some point na Mugabe echo UN and no crap man no so check. And the abroad to say
Gabon so man pini.
So we are sick as people. We need to grow. That's my point. We see, unless you rise against always sit in South Africa and here they say we like blaming people. And you see, that is what unintelligent people, that is what they do. They always link their problem to spirituality and unexplained circumstances just to give themselves comfort. But owning up to our responsibility, I think that we need to rise and say, you're responsible. Me, I don't like blaming this, that you're responsible. But going forward, you know, let us work together to ensure that we make this country a better place. Because me, I believe the Ghanaian dream is possible. If American dream is possible, Ghanaian dream is possible. Let us build a society where every young person will become self-sufficient, independent-minded. Come I say, Ghana, no. If you go to any failed state, there are no heroes in a failed state. And the course we cannot say we are victims. We are all accomplices and sponsors of whatever that is going on. And we have what it takes to change the narrative. Yeah.
Good. Great. Enti ebusia yene Ivan che innocent enene e shampoo ni mpo a yene no twetwe nkomo no na mamemfa we entwa to kwame kroma ka asembi. I say change if it is denied or too long delayed. Violence will break here and there. Not that men planned or weathered it, but their accumulated grievances will erupt like volcanic fury. My young train and Masadano in you. You make it change, no. You better must say some Jana Mutia, you will never be brave at the Mamu. Medical can say this platform will use to change the narrative. The youth, the people involved, your best so be a dream, and that is the mandate of this particular show. You are no on Eclipse in the morning, so me didn't at their branch of Cotidian. For you trying your bar, you're king in the better also, young compress here.
Kano, so the could be person in a man for Asia. Also, I inquire, Manico Bodero, or Bono Biaso, or Bono Quanquenias, or Bono in Fitchery, or Baman Fonin Kaye, only about the sheer and what's not the idea of mining can call mining costume. And then you couldn't fast with Bodero, assistant, a boss so. And then, Nippon near that, or Soria, or cool you also. Only an thing. Ah, no call me called number. And the same tea. And I'm so for a future before. And the men a drada who cleared any theatre. The two suffer to me and India, what quadare, and a woman see you upon the bill, Sikasen, Gedi, and your mind can say, I'm running in Ninkomo. The Wofle, you know, my brief, and command to Akos the winning. Maboa Mane, and the two and in your course. Before a course, I want to be a shamra, and a baby, and I have never known what you are saying. Well, for mine, what's what can be? No, my quite knows what you are saying, no, what's the wagging, and no, and you find a mile. Can you say also can be? On my devil, a soup, and a brother, if you had no tree and pepe, no, your sister, for me, maybe so for me. On my devil, a soup.